What is up, guys? We are back with a new video today. So I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on X-Men 97 Season 2. So yeah, we'll be jumping into a video. I am going to have some gameplay of Marvel Rivals playing in the background, so yeah, probably some gameplay of some of the X-Men characters. But yeah, just gonna show you that and talk about season 2 of X-Men 97. So yeah, let's jump into it. So jumping into this season, a lot obviously happened this season. So obviously continued off where season 1 obviously ended, where the X-Men defeated Bastion and stopped asteroid M from obviously crashing on the Earth, basically. So yeah, we continue with that basically, but obviously when the X-Men managed to stop it, they all got scattered across time basically, and a group of them got sent back to the past, like to ancient Egypt, and then the other group got sent back to sent forward actually to the future. And it was sort of revealed in the finale of season 1 that it was at the height of Apocalypse's reign, like in the past and the future. So yeah, it was a interesting one. So we all learned that Apocalypse was going to be the villain of the second season basically, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I was really excited because Apocalypse is definitely one of the X-Men's deadliest villains. So yeah, and one of the big things from season 1 was obviously the death of Gambit, and yeah, that was quite a big impact, and that storyline does continue in this season as well with Gambit's death. But yeah, but before I get into more of that info, what did I actually think of this season? I must admit, I probably wasn't a big fan of it, like I was in the first season when X-Men 97 came back, when they brought the 90s X-Men back. I think the first season is definitely a stronger season. Like, it definitely has a lot more like memorable and highlighted moments, I'd say. I know like they did switch up the creative and that for X-Men 97 with some whole controversy. I already know about the story with that, so I don't know if that had some effects on season 2. Maybe because this season did feel a bit like all over the place, to be honest. But I feel like they could have done the season finale and that a little bit better, to be honest. But that's just my honest thoughts though. I still enjoyed it though, don't get me wrong. I did enjoy the season. But yeah, I mean, there was still some very cool moments in this season though, that I will obviously talk into once we get to the spoiler section. But yeah, I mean, if I had to give it a rating though, I'd probably say I'd give this a 7 out of 10, to be honest, for season 2. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, guys, let's actually get into the spoilers now. So yeah, let's jump into it. Oh. So yeah, basically we obviously continue from where we left off in the season finale. So the two X-Men teams scattered across time basically. And we get this cool episode in the future with Cyclops and Jean, they meet a younger version of Nathaniel, their son, that they sent back in to time, well, sent forward in time to obviously save him, basically. And we get to see our team there, where Apocalypse's reign is like at full power in the future, basically. So we get to see like a young Cable, how he becomes Cable, basically, which is really cool. And then we've got our second team that obviously were back in the past with like Professor X, Beast, Nightcrawler and Rogue, I think, and Magneto, where they meet Air Sabanur, which is obviously Apocalypse before he gains the power of a Celestial and that, and becomes Apocalypse, basically. Yeah. That was really cool, that episode where we got to see that, because I was really excited about that, because we got to see two tyrants, basically, in that timeline. And what I mean by that is we got a very cool appearance from another big Marvel character, which was really cool, and that is none other than Ramatut, who is ruling over Egypt in this time. Now, if you know who Ramatut is, if you know what I'm talking about, he is a variant of Kang the Conqueror, and we did see Ramatut actually go full Kang, like with his costume and that, which was really cool. So Kang the Conqueror had a big role in the first couple episodes, which was pretty cool. I really liked that. I do wonder if seeing Kang the Conqueror in this is if it's a tease that maybe we'll get like an Avengers series at some point, like set in the 90s universe, because I know there's rumours that they want to make, like, there's a rumour about them bringing like a Spider-Man 98 show, like bring back the Spider-Man animated series. That'd be really cool, to be honest, if they brought that back. But I don't know if they would, because obviously we've got Friendly Neighbourhood Spider-Man at the moment. I mean, they could do it, but I don't know if they would, is the honest answer. But yeah, I mean, they could do. But yeah, because we've had a few other big Marvel characters like show up in season 1 and season 2. Like, we did get to see like other big Marvel characters show up, like Captain America and Black Widow. That was pretty cool. Meet up with Wolverine, to give him a file about Weapon X, basically. And we got this whole like Team X, like Weapon X, like episode, which was really cool, which featured the Brood and that. And we got to see Logan get his adamantium back, and him get infected by Brood Queen or whatever, or the Brood in general. But yeah, that was really cool to see that, like these big Marvel characters, and they faced Omega Red and that. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool seeing these big characters come into it. It'd be really cool to see more of them in the future. I do wonder if maybe they'll do like a crossover with some of these big characters soon. Maybe like what they did with the Spider-Man animated series back in the day. But we shall see what they come up with on that front. If they will think about it, we'll see. Other thing is, like, we got these cool episodes where we got to see like X-Force, like I talked about with the Wolverine focused episode. We got to see like Team X, which is really cool. Seeing them together, Weapon X, like the X-Force. That was pretty cool. Seeing Cable have his own team with like Jubilee and Sunspot joining X Force to go after Apocalypse, basically. I really liked that. And then we obviously had X Factor as well, which is pretty cool seeing them, because I feel like X Factor aren't as known, to be honest. But that is pretty cool seeing X Factor. Like, I definitely don't know much about X Factor besides what I've seen in the animated series, to be honest. But yeah, I'd love to see more of X Factor. But obviously in this series, they were obviously working for like the government, or like the US government, or Shield. It seems like, because they even had like a helicarrier, like Cooper was funding them and that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And they even in the finale, they got to use like mounted like Sentinels against the X-Men and that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, because I think that's the first time we've really seen any Sentinels this season, to be honest, of some sort. But yeah, that was pretty cool seeing them though. But I mean, I quite like the Team X stuff. That was really cool. Seeing the dynamic, especially with Sabretooth and Lady Deathstrike, that was really cool. And then also seeing Polaris as well. I really like Polaris this season. She was really cool. Obviously, she's Magneto's daughter, and Wanda Maximoff's sister, Quicksilver's sister as well. That was pretty cool. Seeing her go from X Factor back to the X-Men, I really like that. But yeah, I mean, all the characters we had this season were really good, to be honest. And then I want to talk about some of the big spoiler moments now, like seeing some of the deaths that we had this season. But yeah, because these are quite big. So obviously, one of the big moments after Air Sabanur gets the powers of a Celestial and becomes Apocalypse, basically. He obviously goes on a rampage and that. And he does, spoiler alert, he does kill Magneto. Now, there is some teasers that maybe they might be setting up like a Onslaught storyline in the future. There is some teasers, but not like concrete. Like, I do feel like maybe we will be going down that route in maybe the third season, because there did seem like there was some teasers for Onslaught. Now, Onslaught is like a character I don't really know much about, besides like he's like part of like Magneto or Professor X's conscious, like merged together or something, I think I heard. But yeah, it'd be cool to see that if they go down that route, to be honest. I'd be excited about that. But yeah, I mean, either way, I'll be down. I could grab some more X-Men content. But yeah, seeing Apocalypse kill Magneto, that was really heartbreaking, to be honest, because Magneto was trying to protect Egypt, it seems like, from what he was doing. But yeah, that was really tough seeing that, and seeing Charles's reaction as well to Magnus's death. But yeah, I was quite shocked by that, to be honest, that death. But yeah, that was quite a big death, to be honest. Another big death did have this season as well was Nightcrawler, man. So the whole thing with Nightcrawler's death, because Apocalypse did bring back Remy Gambit. So because we got the tease of that in season 1 in one of the end credits, I believe it was. But yeah, they obviously built up that whole thing with Apocalypse bringing Gambit back as a horseman, basically. But yeah, that was definitely something. Seeing him like possess Gambit's body, that was a whole other level where he literally looked like the Grim Reaper Gambit, honestly. But yeah, that was really cool seeing him as like a horseman of death, basically. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was really cool to see that storyline, to be honest. But in order to save Gambit from Apocalypse, from obviously having control of his body, Rogue made a deal with the Celestial on the ship, Apocalypse ship, basically, that granted Apocalypse's power. And Rogue made a deal where she got powers of a Celestial, basically, to obviously save Gambit, basically, to cleanse Apocalypse out of his soul or body, basically. But obviously, you're making a deal with the Celestials, there's always going to be a price when making a deal with the Celestials. That's the thing. But yeah, so I did think Rogue was gonna die, to be honest. But when we got the shot of that moment where she gained the powers from the Celestial and she spoke to Beast and Nightcrawler, Nightcrawler knew something was instantly wrong. Definitely, he knew it straight away. And he knew that making a deal with the devil, there's going to be a price, basically. So when we got the shot where we see Beast come back on the plane, on the X-Jet, and he's alone and he's holding Kurt's Bible, that's where it hit me hard, because I knew that meant that obviously Kurt obviously sacrificed himself to save Rogue, his own sister. Now that bit was really gut wrenching. The same with Magneto's death as well. That really got me. But yeah, that was really hard to take in. It was kind of like Gambit's death a little bit. In the first season, it was like a gut wrenching hit. But yeah, he did it for love and that, basically, because he knew that Rogue and Remy are meant to be together forever, which was really heartbreaking. And it's nice and warm that he did that, basically. But yeah, it was hard to see that. But yeah, that did get me. But other than that, guys, the only thing I want to talk about is the end credit. The end credit, man, was interesting. We see Cooper in the office grabbing a file about Mystique, basically. And there is a couple images as well. I think on one of the images, it might be able to see Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, but there's a bunch of other characters. I can't really tell who they are, to be honest, because they're really small images compared to the one of Mystique in this file. And then the door opens to the office, and it's revealed that it's Cooper just entered the room. And then we get the truth, where she gets shot, and the other Cooper has shot her, and it's revealed to be Mystique. which was really cool, and just teasing like some sort of plan against the US government or whatever. But I don't know where they're going to go with that in the future for season 3. I am curious to see what they're going to do with it. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much my thoughts of this season. Yeah, that's pretty much it that I can really talk about. But yeah, I want to leave it here. I want to know your thoughts, guys, so let me know down below what you thought of X-Men 97 season 2. Are you excited for season 3? I believe that'll probably be coming out next year, most likely, because they've already been working on it, and I think season 4 is already in development as well. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.